तमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः, भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः, स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवपुंसस्तनूभिः, यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः, स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः, स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः, स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ अथाश्वलायनो भगवन्तं परमेष्ठिनमुपसमेत्योवाच, अधीहि भगवन् ब्रह्मविद्यां वरिष्ठाम्, सदा सद्भिः सेव्यमानां निगूढाम्, यया चिरात् सर्वपापं व्यपोह्य, परात्परं पुरुषं याति विद्वान्। मंत्र नंबर 20। जाग्रत् स्वप्न सुषुप्त्यादि प्रपंचम यत् प्रकाशते, तद् ब्रह्माहमिति ज्ञात्वा सर्वबन्धैः प्रमुच्यते। Yat, that light of Chaitanya. Here we have to remember that. You can sit up there in the chair there, in the corner. Yeah. We have to remember that all this illumining, lighting up, right? The light of consciousness. These are all. Do not take them literally. It's not a literal expression. It is not. In fact, with reference to Brahmatma, which is not the Vachyartha of any word or any group of words. With reference to Brahmatma, everything is only Lakshyartha only. So, like the light, the nature of light is any light, any object, any lamp is that it is self-revealing, self-shining. It is, and it reveals the other objects which are not luminous. That's all the samanyam here. That's all the idea conveyed by all this reference to jyotihi, prakasha, all that. Right? All that is all the idea. So here, that light, yat, that prasiddham brahmatma, which is the light of all the lights, self-revealing Atma Swarupa, that prakashate. Prakashate, Tikakara, the commentator points out, prakashate, prakashayati also. It shines and also it reveals, it illumines the prapancha, the universe, waking universe, the dream universe, and also the sleep state. It lights up. The waker, the waking state, and the objects in the waking state, and the waking state experience, all that they are lit up by Atma. Definitely not directly, but through the medium of mind, sense organs, etc. Okay? This here, the Chaitanya does not light up like Surya, the light of sun, lights up the objects, illumines the objects directly, but here Atma Chaitanyam through the instrumentality, through the mind, through the sense organ, it lights up. So it lights up everything. Knower, known, knowledge, all that's all lit up by that. Similarly, in the Sushupti, the dreamer, dream state, dream objects, dream experience, all that's lit up. In the Sushupti, there is no specific experience, only that the experience of ignorance, that is not knowing anything, that's all, not knowing anything is there. And that is Atma Chaitanyam. Also lights up that, but then there is no, the specific cognition is not there in the dream, in the sleep state. The mind being not there and the sense organs not functioning, there is no the cognition of that I am sleeping, now I am sleeping, now I am asleep, now I do not know anything. This specific cognition is not there, that vritti is not there because the mind is not functioning, that's all. But then when I wake up, there is this recollection, smriti is there. From the smriti we understand Atma Chaitanyam lit up the ignorance, the not knowing anything. That state also Atma lights up. I am there in the Sushupti also. Okay. Tat Brahma Ahamiti, the invariable light, the invariable Jyotis, the light of consciousness, that Brahma Aham iti Jnatva Aparokshena Sakshat Kritya, understanding clearly without any doubt whatsoever, comprehending, owning that Jnana, Sarva Bandhaihi Pramuchyate, is free from all the bondages. The notion of all, the notion of I am bound, the notion that I am bound, one is free from. I am a bound entity. I am a samsari, that notion is gone in the light of wisdom, jnanam. Once that darkness of ignorance has gone, and then the darkness does not, the tamas, the ignorance does not come back, and then there is no, the effect, the the effects of ignorance also, like confusion, etc., are not there. Remember, confusion or lack of clarity or ignorance with reference to vyavaharika details may continue. It's not that the wise person becomes omniscient suddenly, right? Becomes a jnani and then becomes omniscient. All the past and future and present, this and that, all the details, the person knows. It is not that. If I were to not know Greek before I have jnanam, and after having jnanam also I will still not know Greek. Okay? So that will, the detail, that vyavaharika ignorance or knowledge will continue, but the truth value of all the ignorance and knowledge, experience and all of that, the truth value as being paramarthika, that undergoes a sublation. We have seen this, that undergoes a badha. Therefore, that is what is the kartru, bhoktru, I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. That notion undergoes a sublation. It's gone there. That is the sarvabandhayi pramuchyate. So, a knot, the Mundaka says, vidyate hridaya grantihi. Granti means knot. So a knot, we can say a knot. What is the truth of the knot? Suppose there is a thread, a rope, and then you make a knot of it. What is the truth of the knot? The truth of the knot is rope only, that's all. The thread is the truth. There is no knot as an entity, really speaking. But then, arranged put in a particular way, it assumes, it takes the form of a knot, and then it capable of binding, etc. So, in the heart of the person, jiva, there is this notion, I am a karta, I am a samsari, I am jiva, I want to be full. This notion is the knot, hridaya granthi. All that is all resolved. Then, and this holding on to, that clinging on to objects, clinging on to the idea of clinging on to things for one's own fullness, for happiness, that is gone. And the discovery of one's innate fullness. Okay? I am purnaha, I am shuddhaha, ever, I am nitya shuddhaha, and therefore I don't need I don't stand in need of having or getting rid of anything for the sake of my fulfillment. For to be happy, to be full, I don't need anything. That way, one recognizes the abiding freedom, total freedom within. Sarva bandhaihi pramuchyate. There is no adhyasa later on with reference to Atma Swarupa, and there is no sense of unfulfillment, inadequacy with reference to oneself. That is not there. Sarva bandhaihi pramuchyate. Okay. Now the Shruti proceeds to point out the Atma, Chaitanya, is distinct from all that is Vyavaharika, in all the three states, and all that is experienced in the three states. One is the Atma is Vilakshana, free from that, distinct from that. It points out. Mantra number 21. Trishu dhamasu yad bhogyam bhokta bhogascha yad bhavet tebhyo vilakshana sakshi chinmatroham sada shivaha. Trishu dhamasu. Dhama, the abode, the places, the states. Dhama is a residence, a place. Here, the sthana, but here it refers to the state of experience. In all the three states, waking, dream and sleep, in all that. Yat, whatever, yat here is yat, whatever, bhogyam, the object of experience, enjoyment is there. Waking, dream and sleep, whatever. Bhogyam yat, and yat bhokta, the enjoyer, the experiencer is there, and bhogaha cha, the experience of the enjoyment, the experience, bhogaha cha, yat bhavet, whatever is there in the three states. So these three aspects are pointed out: bhokta, bhogyam, and bhogaha. Bhokta, the experiencer, the enjoyer, and bhogyam, the object of enjoyment. Subject, the enjoyer, and then the object of enjoyment, bhogyam, and bhogaha, the very experience, the very enjoyment. And also we understand the means with which one enjoys this. For instance, when I see an object, my eyes are the instrument with which I see. Therefore, that is also included in this Triputi. This three triad, the three aspects is called Triputi. Puta means side, three sides. So, Bhokta, Bhogyam, and the triangle, as it were, right? Experience triangle. That is Bhokta, the enjoyer, experiencer, and object of enjoyment, and the very experience. This is the Triputi. This is there in all experiences. In seeing, there is the seer, seen, and seeing is there. In hearing a sound, hearer, what is heard, the sound that is heard, and then the hearing is there. So, in thinking also, the thinker is there, and then the object that is thought about is there, and then the process of thinking is there. This Triputi is there in all. Even in experience also, apart from seeing, hearing, etc., if there is, we think of any experience, then the experiencer, that is the Bhokta. Then the experienced object is the Bhogyam, and the very experience is the Bhogaha. The Triputi is there. So, without this Triputi, the experience, there is no particular, there is no specific experience possible. So, whatever Bhokta, Bhogyam and Bhogaha is there. Now, some people take the experiencer as real. Experiences are as Paramarthika. Here the Shastra is very, very categorical. It says, whatever Bhogyam, Bhokta, the experiencer also is there. The experiencerhood for one is also Mithya. The individuality is Mithya, is Kalpita. And so too the experiencer, which is an offshoot of this individuality, Jivaha, of that individuality. Experiencerhood also is Mithya only. It's not Paramarthika. So, Bhokta, Bhogyam, Bhogaha, Yad Bhavet, whatever is there. Tebhyaha Vilakshanaha. From these, Vilakshanaha, distinct. Who is the distinct entity? Sakshi, the witness. The witness consciousness, Sakshi Chaitanyam, which lights up all the three. The Bhokta is lit up by Sakshi Chaitanya. Bhogyam, the object of enjoyment, is lit up by Sat, Brahma, as the very existence. And my cognition of this Bhogya Vastu, that's lit up by Atma, the Chaitanya. And Bhogaha, the very experiencing, that's also lit up by Chaitanya. Therefore, all the three, Bhokta, Bhogyam and Bhoga, is lit up by consciousness, Chaitanya. And not only that, the very being, the very existence of Bhokta, Bhogyam is lent by Sad Atma only. Bhokta, Asti, the enjoyer is. Okay? The existence of this Bhokta is because of the Sad Atma. And Bhogyam Vastu, the object of enjoyment, is. That isness also is from Sat Brahma. And then the Bhogaha, the experience, is. And that is also from Sadatma, Sat Brahma. So I am the one who lends existence to all the three, the Triputi. And also I am the one who lights up all the three. Remember the other day we saw, I am the invariable presence in all experiences. I am the basis of all entities, and I am the illuminer. I am the one who lights up I am the illuminator or illuminer. I am the one who lights up all the entities. So Bhokta is because of me. Bhogyam is there because of me. Me the Sadatma. And Bhogaha is there because of me the Atma. And the Bhokta shines, Bhokta is evident because of me. And similarly, Bhogya and Bhoga is become evident because of me, the Atma, illuminating them. And therefore, I am the Sakshi and I am Vilakshanaha. Here, we have seen that earlier, Drik is distinct from the Drishya. So the illuminer is different from the what is illumined. So based on that Nyaya, the Shruti points out, I am Vilakshanaha. I am the illuminer or illuminator. I am distinct, different from these three. And further, what is the Vilakshanatva of me when compared to these Triputi? You see, I am the self-revealing Chaitanyam. I am. Whereas these three, the Triputi, they are not self-revealing. They stand to be revealed. They wait to be revealed by me, the Chaitanya. I am self-revealing, self-luminous, whereas they are not self-revealing. Secondly, I am self-existing. Aham Sat Brahma, Aham Sad Atma, whereas these enjoy an existence purely lent by me, the Sadatma, Sat Brahma, by me. Like even the pot enjoys a being, the rope snake enjoys a being, that being is purely lent by the rope, the Adhara, the cause, the Adhara. So too, the Bhokta, Bhogya and Bhoga have an existence, Vyavaharika existence, because of me, the Sat Brahma, me lending the Adhara, me the Adhara, me the Adhishtanam, they exist. And then these three are ephemeral, phenomenal, Vyavaharika, they are transactional, they are relational. Okay? They are dependent. So they exist depending on me. Their existence is dependent, whereas I am the independent Chaitanya, I am the independent Sadvastu. To be a Bhokta, right, the Bhoktrutva depends on me, but to be Chaitanya, to be Sakshi, I don't depend upon Bhoktrutva. Similarly, Bhogya Vastu, to be the Vastu, depends on the Sat Brahma, Sadatma, but the Sadatma I don't depend upon the Bhogya Vastu. So too I am dependent, I am independent, they are all dependent. That is to say, they are mithya. Anything that enjoys only dependent existence, we know it's called mithya. That vastu which enjoys the total independent existence is Sadatma, which I and I alone. I am the independent Vastu. Swatantram Vastu, I am that. That is another Vilakshanatva. They are Anitya. The Triputi is Anitya, I am Nitya. Okay. And then, with reference to Triputi, they are always limited. Always limited. Bhokta is limited, Bhogya is limited, Desha, Kala, Vastu, the limitation is always there for all this Triputi. Whereas I am the ever free, I am unlimited by Desha, Kala. Time, space, etc. do not condition, do not limit me. So, in any aspect, in any angle, from any standpoint you look at, they are different. The Triputi is different from the Sakshi. If at all there is one aspect, if at all there is one aspect, there were one aspect which is same, which is common to the Triputi, that is Kalpita, Mithya, and me, the Sakshi, which is Satyam. If at all there is only one aspect, then we can say they are same. But fortunately for us, none of the aspects, they are the same, right? I am Sat, this is all Asat, that is Kalpita, Mithya. I am Jnanam, I am Chaitanyam, these are all Jadam. Aham Purna Atma, Tripta Atma, I am Kutastha Atma, I am Ananda Atma, whereas they are all Parichinna, right? All the time limited, and therefore totally different, of different nature. Totally of different nature. Like fire and water. Like fire is hot, water in room temperature, in normal room temperature, water is cold. And fire is in the form of a flame, and then water is liquid. They are totally Vilakshana. So too, Sakshi, I am Vilakshana from this. Very important. Not one aspect matches between me and the Mithya Vastu. In the Lakshana of me and in the Lakshana of the Mithya Vastu, there is not even one aspect which is the same, right? If there were any, then we can equate them, but there is none. Therefore, I am Vilakshanaha. This is a very important aspect to appreciate. I am Vilakshanaha. The people's problem is that they are identifying with a thought. What they think, they identify with that. Their ideas, they identify with that. Taking that to be true, to be real. Okay? It's not Vyavaharika truth they think, but then they take it as Paramarthika. That is the truth of me. My experience means clinched. That is final. That the experiencer good is Paramarthika people take. But here Shastra points out the experiencer good is also Mithya, is also Kalpita. On me the Sadatma. I am Sakshi. Here there may be a question. Sakshi means what? Witness. Witness means there has to be an entity which is witnessed. Right? I am the witness. Suppose I say, witness of what? The question comes. I see means see what? You see what? See, I see a table. I have to say an object. That is the object of reference has to be there. When I say I am Sakshi, then the question comes, what is the Sakshyam? What is it that is witnessed? Right? That means what? When I am Sakshi, there has to be Sakshyam. That means what? There is duality. There are two entities, Sakshi and Sakshya. Two entities should be there, the seen and the seer. If I am the seer, then the seen should be there. If I am the witness, what is observed should be there. That means duality, Dvaita. That is the question. Here, we understand that the word Sakshi is a relative word here. We don't take it in the literal sense. This again, a word, we take it in the Lakshyartha only. Like Drik, Kartru, etc. We take in a sense, but then here Sakshi also we take in the Lakshyartha sense, not in the Vachyartha. Right? If we take Vachyartha, then duality will be there. Sakshyam will be there. Therefore, the word Sakshi also is purely from a standpoint. The idea is this. The Sakshi is not affected, is not changed by what the Sakshi witnesses. This is the general understanding. The witness is not affected by what he or she witnesses. That is the idea. It's not true all the way. Suppose I see a a very ghastly incident, an accident, okay, lot of blood and all that, then I feel very bad about it. I am affected really. I am not involved in the accident, but in my mind there is a change. So therefore, in the Vyavahara, the Sakshi does undergo some change. But here, that's not meant here. So Sakshi means the Asanga, uninvolved, Udasina. That is what is indicated by Sakshi. And that is further clarified by this description. Chin Matraha Aham. I am Chin Matra. Matra means I am my Swarupa is Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone, nothing else. There is no Vikara in me. There is no limitation in me. Chin Matraha Aham. And I am Sada Shivaha. Shivaha is auspicious and I am Sada Shivaha, ever auspicious. Very interesting. Earlier, in the describing Krit Pundarikam, Virajam, etc., Uma Sahayam described. Okay? Uma Sahayam, Parameshwaram, Prabhum, Trilochanam, Neelakantam, Prasantam, etc. It was pointed out. Now it says, there it was Dhyatva Munir Gacchati Bhutayonim, etc. it was said. So it was pointed out as an object of meditation, of Vasana. Here it says, I am that Sadashiva. Right? I am that Sadashiva. I am the ever auspicious Ishvara, Shiva, I am. There is some paradoxical about Sadashiva. We will see in the process of seeing the explanation, commentary we will see. Trishu Jagarana Swapna Sushuptishu Dhamasu Sthaneshu. Trishu, in the three, that is Jagarana, Swapna, Sushupti, these three are the Dhama. Dhama is Sthana, the places, the realm, the states of experience. That is the Sthaneshu. Yat, that is Prasiddham. What is commonly known? What is that? Bhogyam, the object of enjoyment. Here the commentator takes from the Mandukya, he takes from the Bhogya in the waking, dream and sleep. That he takes. Sthula, Vivikta, Ananda Rupam. This is referred in the Mandukya Upanishad. In the waking state, the waker, the Jiva, the Atma, which Maya Parimohita Atma, identifying with the Sthula Sharira, and there Sthula Sharira and the sense organs and the body, the Sthula Sharira and sense organs and the mind, the Bhokta is the Sthula book, enjoying the Sthula Bhoga. Therefore the objects of enjoyments are Sthula. Sthula is gross. Gross in the sense they are available for sense perception. And there is the available for everyone to see. In that sense it is called as Sthula. Therefore, in the waking state, the Bhogya, objects of enjoyments, are termed Sthula. And in the dream state, the experiencer, the dreamer alone sees those objects, not anybody else. Therefore, it is very, very personal. And therefore, Pravivikta, exclusive, very personal. Pravivikta Bhoga. Whatever I see in my dream, it's only my personal experience, the dreamer's experience, not anybody else's. So that is the Pravivikta Bhogyam. And in the sleep, Ananda, that is all the Vikshepa Shakti is gone, and then one's Swarupa is really just hindered only by the Avarana Shakti. Therefore, one is close to being Brahman in sleep state. Not really is Brahman, but then close to, experientially is close. Then that is the Ananda Prachura is there. Ananda which is commonly experienced in the sleep. This is the Bhogya in the sleep. So, Sthula, Pravivikta, Ananda Rupam, that is the Bhogyam. Right. Now, further. Bhokta, Vishva Taijasa Prajna Akhya. the enjoyer in the three states has a different label, name. In the waking state, the jiva is the Vishwa. Right? Vishwa means the fully open up, fully open, fully available. The mind and then the sense organs, all the powers are fully available for employment, for use. So it's Vishwa. And in the dream, this is Taijasa, the brilliant one, the effulgent one, because everything in the dream is a kalpita, is a projection of this jiva alone, and therefore in the form of light, one's own, the light of experience. So he is called Taijasa. And in sleep, the fellow is called Prajna, one who does not know anything, or one who knows everything available. Everything available is only Ajnana, and therefore he knows everything. That is a Prajna. Does not know anything, like no table, chair, etc. Does not know anything. There is no specific experience. So Prajnaha or Prajnaha. So that means knows everything that is available for experience. What is that? Available in sleep state? Only Avarana. And that the person, the jiva, experience. So he is called Prajna. Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna, Akhya. The one who lights up the Bhokta in all this. I am the Chaitanya. The Bhokta is Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna. And then further, Bhogascha, the experience, the enjoyment. That he says, Sthula, Pravivikta, Ananda Bhogaha Api. The Bhoga, the experience is Sthula in waking state. Because the object of enjoyment is Sthula. Therefore, Sthula Bhogaha. In the dream, it is Pravivikta Bhogaha. Very clearly and very specifically, very individual it is. That is Pravivikta Bhogaha. And Ananda Bhogaha in the dream, in the sleep state. This is the Triputi. And further, here, Bhogaha Cha is there. He says here, commentator, Cha Shabdat. By saying Cha and here, the Shruti means this. He says, Adi Daivadi Vibhagaha Api. Whatever Vibhaga, whatever classification, such as Adidaiva, Adibhuta, Adhyatma, whatever, that classification is there. That also we include. Whatever is there in the three states, said and unsaid. Said is Bhogyam, Bhokta, Bhogaha. And by saying Cha, whatever that is not said, that is Adidaiva, etc., or different way of classification, that is also to be taken. Yat Yathoktam, whatever that is explained, as said earlier, Tridhama, Bhogyadi, Prapancha Jatam, Bhavet, whatever Tridhama, the three states, and then the Bhogya, Adi, Prapancha Jatam, Prapancha Samuham, the entire group of, the entire class of Prapancha, which includes the Triputi, seer, seen, seeing, etc. Bhavet, yat bhavet, whatever is there. Bhavet means Syat, Spashtam. That is clear, very clear. What is said is very clear, he says. Just a word he adds. Whatever is there is very clear. It's very clear what is meant by this. That is Spashtam. Spashtam means what the Shruti says is clear. And then Tebhyaha, Tridhamadibhyaha, Vilakshanaha, Viparita Lakshanaha. Tebhyaha, from these. What are these? Tridhama Adibhyaha. The states of experience, the object, the experiencer, and the experience, and whatever else is there. Tebhyaha, Tridhama Adibhyaha. Vilakshanaha, that V, Upasarga, the prefix means Viparita Lakshanaha. V means Viparita, totally contrary characteristic description. They enjoy a Lakshana, the Triputi, etc. They have a Lakshana, and my Lakshana is totally distinct, totally contrary. We have seen this, I just mentioned. Okay? I am Sat, they are Mithya. I am Chit, they are Jada. I am Purna, they are always Apurna. Parichinna, they are. And I am the Tripti Swarupa, and they are always Atripta Rupa, they are. So therefore, they are. And then I am independent. I already said Satyam Mithya means I am independent. They are all dependent. Therefore, there is a Viparita Lakshana. So he further says, Vailakshanyam Aha. The contrariness in terms of their defining characteristic, Vailakshanyam Aha. That is pointed out. Shruti itself says. What is that? Sakshi. I am the Sakshi. This is the Lakshana of me. I am Sakshi. Whereas they are Sakshya, they are Drishya, they are Jada, etc. That he says, Sva Adhyastasya Vishwasya Drashta. I am the Drashta. Sakshi means Drashta. Kasya, you are the Drashta of what? Vishwasya, of the entire world, universe, which is Sva Adhyasta. The Sva Adhyasta can have two senses. Svasmin Adhyasta. Adhyasta in me. Right? Where Adhyasta? In me Adhyasta. The Prapancha is Adhyasta in me. In what? In me. And the next question, who does this Adhyasa? Projected by whom? Svena Adhyasta. Tritiya also. Svasmin, in oneself Adhyasta. Svena Adhyasta, by oneself Adhyasta. So Sva Adhyasta is the Tantra. I said no Tantra. By saying one word, you imply two or more relevant meanings, ideas. That is Sva Adhyasta means Svena Adhyasta, Svasmin Adhyasta. There's a technical discussion here. Avidya means who Adhyasa question, when it comes to Adhyasa, who does the Adhyasa? On what is the Adhyasa done? Two questions. Who does the Adhyasa? On what? On what is the Adhyasa done? There are some a few standpoints. One standpoint says by Atmana Adhyasta, right? The Adhyasa is done by Atma, and on what? On oneself. Okay. So that is the one paksha. This is taken in this by Swadhyastasya. It's a little technical discussion. Not that we can't understand, but it's not necessary now here. That's all. So who does the Adhyasana? I only do it. On what do you do the Adhyasa? On me. That's all. So Swadhyastasya Vishwasya. Drashta, I am the Drashta, I am. Whereas Vishwa is Drishya, I am the Drashta. Therefore, I am distinct, Vilakshana. Okay. The seer never becomes the seen. Okay, this is there. In the Drik Drishya Viveka, it starts like this. Rupam Drishyam, Lochanam, Drik. And then Tad Drik, Tad Drishyam, Drik tu Manasam, it says. So Rupam Drishyam, Rupam means form. Form is seen, Drishyam, and with relatively the eye is the seer, Lochanam, Drik. But then this is only temporary, but then one from a standpoint, but Lochanam also is Drishyam, Drik tu Manasam. Drik is really the mind, the manasa. And Tad Drishyam, that also, mind also is Drishyam. And then Atma is the Drik. And then Drikeva, that Atma Chaitanyam is Drikeva, natu Drishyate, never become Drishyam. Atma is remain Drik alone, the seer, Sakshi alone, never becomes the object of the witness. I am the Drik Matra, Sakshi Matra, I am. Therefore, Drashta means that is Vilakshana. It's very important for the sadhaka. I'm working on this sadhaka. Okay, it's very important for the sadhaka in and through the experiences. As the experiences unfold, Whenever possible for the sadhaka has to do this, separating drik and drishya. Viveka, keep on doing it. This is drishya. I am sakshi, I am the drik. This is part of the sadhaka sadhana. Okay? The sadhana practice. This is drishya, I am drik matra. Drik matra, I am sakshi matra. Therefore, the vilakshana, I am drashta. Further, chinmatraha, chideka rasaha, eka rasa, of one essence, of one form and one form alone. There is no impurity, there is no other description in me, there is no other element in me. I am chid eka rasa, of one essence called Chaitanya, that is Chinmatra. In the Chandogya, it says that the Chandogya, there is this occasion. So, bring Saindava Ghana, it says, the lump of salt. Okay? Saindava Ghana, lump of salt. Generally, it's just pure salt, 100% pure salt. No impurity whatsoever in that salt. So, anywhere you see in that lump of salt, it's only salt alone. Okay. And like the Saindava Ghana, the lump of salt, the pure salt, which is salt, there is no other trace of any other substance in it. So too, you are Prajnana Ghana, it says. You are Prajnana Ghana. Prajnana is Chaitanyam, and you are the very form of Chaitanya. So, Chinmatra, that is what.
What does it mean? Chinmatra, what does it mean?
That's what is being said. Chideka rasaha. There is no other entity, there is no other substance as your Swarupa. You are pure Chaitanya. Chinmatra is pure Chaitanyam. There is no other Achit, Jada, etc., Mithya, Kalpita is not there as part of you. The Drishya is not part of you, of your Swarupa. Chinmatra means pure Chaitanya. There is no impurity in your Swarupa. That is the Chinmatra. And elsewhere we see Sanmatra. Okay? Just Sat alone, just the Sat alone, just Chit alone, Chinmatra. The Prajnana Gana is there. Then Ananda Gana, the word is there. Right? You are Ananda Gana, you are Chit Gana, you are Prajnana Gana. So Chideka Rasaha, Rasa the very essence. Eka Rasa, only that essence form, you are there. You are Chit Chinmatra. Now, who is that Chinmatra? Aham Pratyaya Vyavahara Yogyaha. I am that Chinmatra, I am that Sakshi. The Aham means I, that is explained as Aham Pratyaya Vyavahara Yogya. Yogya, fit to be transacted, fit to be referred as by this cognition, Pratyaya, by this phrase, by this term, by this cognition, Aham. What is really meant by the word I, that is Chinmatra. Other meaning like I am sitting, I am talking, I am seeing, these are all with reference to Upadhi. But here we see bereft of Upadhi, minus the Upadhi. What is me? What is the meaning of I? That is Chinmatra. That is the real meaning of, true meaning of Aham, the word I. That is pointed out. Aham Pratyaya. Pratyaya means the cognition, the understanding. And Aham Pratyaya, what is referred to by the word I, what is really meant by the word I, that is I am Chaitanya. Okay. Any other aspect, any other amsha imputed to oneself is purely kalpita, it is mithya, and that is done only in ignorance. Okay. Suppose I say I am karta, I am bhokta, that kartrutva, bhoktrutva is purely ajnana kalpita, whereas in truth I am Chinmatra. I am the ever free, ever pure, ever full Purna Atma Swarupa. Interestingly, until the previous mantra, in the previous mantra, tat tvam eva tat was there. The tvam pada was there. Here it changes to aham. Okay? So we can have it like this. We can look at this way also. The Acharya, the Guru, taught that tatvameva, tvameva tat. The teacher instructed, teacher revealed taught the Swarupa of Atma to the Shishya. And now the Shishya says, ahameva tat, I am that. We can look at this way also. Right? Or what is referred to by the aham in the aham brahmasmi, that is what is referred to as I. Aham pratyaya vyavahara yogyaha. Right? So in the following mantras, the aham is repeated. Tvam is not there. The word aham is there. That means I am that, I am that, I am that. So we can take it to refer to the aparoksha jnanam, the clear understanding, the comprehension of the Shishya Ashvalayana. Right? We can take it that way also. Okay. Aham pratyay vyaharam vochaha yogyaha. Then Sadashivaha Kaivalya Atma Nitya Kalyana Rupaha Maheshwaraha. Sadashiva generally refers to Maheshwaraha, Shiva. And Shiva is Sada Shivaha, right? Always Shiva, always auspicious. But really it refers to Kaivalya Atma. Atma which is Kaivalya Rupa, which is in the form of freedom. Kaivalya is freedom, the unconditional freedom due to one's being Purna, being Shuddha. That is Kaivalya Rupa Atma, Kaivalya Atma. Ever free. Sadashiva is ever free. And further, Nitya Kalyana Rupaha, the ever auspicious one. There is one Shiva Mahimna Stotram is there. A very famous stotra, a very beautiful stotra is there. In North India, it's a lot of people know this by heart and they recite Shiva Mahimna Stotram. So in one of the shlokas in that, it says, Smashaneshu Vakrida. Can you recite? Can you say? You have the book? Very good. Smashaneshu Akrida. One by one. I'll ask one by one. You please tell me. Okay? One by one, not now. Smashaneshu Akrida. Where does Shiva, Rudra stay? There are many places. The temple in the Linga, it is said, and then Kailasa is said to be the Kailasa mountain, is said to be the abode, Kailasa Vasi, Kailasa Pati, we say. And also, interestingly, it's the burial ground, the cremation ground is called Rudra Bhumi. The Bhumi, the place for Rudra, Rudra's place, Rudra Bhumi it's called. So, Shiva is said to be there, abide there. Smashaneshu Akrida. Sports, revels in that place. Actually, burial ground, cremation ground, people go to that. With a lot of sorrow they go. They have lost their dear and near, and then a lot of crying is there, tears are there, pain is there, right? But then here there is Akrida, Shiva sport. In where? In this Smashana. Smashana is a place of echoing dukkha, but then Shiva. And the very place is Amangalam. Okay? Smashana is looked at as Amangalam, it is. Inauspicious place we look upon. Burial ground, right? Any burial place. And then the cremation ground is looked upon as generally inauspicious. If one goes to that place, in India, the custom is that when the person comes back, will take a bath, has to take a bath and then enter the home. Because there is some impurity, inauspiciousness, having gone to the cremation ground. So purify your body and then enter the house. This is there. So Smashana is seen as a Amangalam, right? Inauspicious place. And then further. Pishachaha Sahacharaha, ghosts. The companions for sport, for playing is the ghosts are there. Right? Pishachaha, the goblins, ghosts and goblins are the Sahacharaha. Again, they are also terrible ones, right? Fearsome ones. Invoke fear in the mind generally, and then they are the playmates. Who are the playmates for Rudran? This Pisachaha. Pisachaha Sahacharaha. Then and then there is this adorned, smeared with this ash, Chita Basma. The ashes, the cremation is done, and then the ashes are there, and that ashes are smearing. Shiva is smearing, applying the ashes all over. Chita Basma Alepa. What is the ornament? Is the Chita Basma. We apply cream and oil and whatnot. Shiva applies Chita Basma. We can see in North India, you can see sadhus, no, applying ashes all over, the vibhuti all over. But here this is Chita Basma Alepaha. Then Nrikaroti. Srag Api is wearing a garland. Srag is a Nrikaroti. Karoti is skull. Nri means Nara. Kapala, skeletons. The skulls. The skulls are the mala of skulls. Again, that is again Amangalam. The Chita Basma is Amangalam. The skull mala is also Amangalam. And then okay. Everything is Amangalam, Amangalam, Amangalam. If you see, the place where he obtains is Amangalam, and then what he smears is Amangalam, and what he wears, the ornament is Amangalam, and then whom he revels with, plays with is Amangalam. The whole is Amangalam, but then he is Amangalam Tava Sheelam Bhavatu Nama Tatapi, and then further Tatapi Smartranam Varada Paramam Mangalam. Paramam Mangalam Asi. You are the Parama Mangala. Very interesting. How can be such an entity who is amidst all Amangala, inauspicious, unwanted, can be called as Mangalam, can be Mangalam, untouched. Shiva is untouched by all this. Okay? Untouched by all this. Be it surrounded by goblins, be it surrounded by a ghost, be what is applied on the body is this Chita Basma, what Shiva wears is skulls, but then he is untouched by all this. Asangaha, right? Shiva is Asangaha. One Swami, one great scholar Swami, commented on this Shiva Mahimna Stotra. Why is Shiva Mangalam? Right? A very touching point he mentioned. When a person dies, and then the body is taken to the burial ground or the cremation place, and then the body in India, the majority of us cremate the body, and on the funeral pyre, the body is laid, and then everyone goes back. Chod dete hain. Everyone goes back, right? Everyone in a way disowns. That's all. No more claims. Nobody claims that so and so is our this and that. His uncle is an aunt, and then nobody claims anymore. Nobody wants to touch it anymore. Nobody wants to see that anymore. Abandoned, discarded. Nobody wants to relate to that anymore. Abandoned in a way. All the dear and near, all the friends and relatives, they abandon this body, abandon this entity, so to say, abandon the entity, right? So to speak, abandon the entity in the burial grounds, cremation ground, and go away. Even when everyone abandons, there is one who does not abandon you. Who is that? Shiva. Shiva is there. He will never abandon you. He is there with you, right? So even if everyone abandons, Shiva is there. Ishvara is there to be with you. He is always with you. And then he revels with you, he plays with you. It's a very touching aspect. So that's why he is Mangala, right? So that is the Karuna of Ishvara. When everything abandons the individual, right? Marana Kale, or wealth is lost, all is lost, wealth is lost, nobody asks. The Bhajagovindam says, no? What is that? Why is Yavat Vitta Yavat Vitta Uparjana Saktaha Tavat Nija Parivaro Raktaha. Then Paschat Paschat Jivati Jarjara Dehe Kopina Vartam Prichati Kopina Gehe. As long as one has the capacity to be active and do and then yearn, right? And then everyone in the home, at home, relatives, friends, all that, no? How are you? How do you do? They ask questions, Kushala Prashna they do. Are you okay? Can I do this for you? How do you do? Have a cup of coffee? All they ask. But then, when the Deha is Jarjara, become retired, weak, old, incapable of doing anything, even getting up is a problem. Come on, grandson, can you come and help me to get up? Even to get up, I need grandson's support. Jarjare Dehe. And then this fellow is alive. And then at home, nobody asked. Vartam Prichati Kopina Gehe. Gehe. Nobody cares. At least that's what the old man feels. Okay? The old man feels, nobody cares for me. It may not be so, but still the fellow feels, nobody cares for me. Right? My daughter-in-law brings coffee 5 minutes late every day. 6:30 I must have my cup of coffee. Daughter-in-law brings at 6:35. Late. Every day late. Hey, why don't you adjust your clock? No. 6:30. Small things become big for them. Become insecure. So they feel very insecure. Generally, they feel very insecure. So nobody asks about me. Nobody cares for me. So when that is the case, even when the fellow is alive, when the fellow dies, nobody cares for it. Everybody abandoned. But then it is Shiva, Ishvara who is there with one all the time. Right? There is one, you may have seen this beautiful, very nice anecdote. Okay, there was this man dreamt one day. Okay, had a dream, and in the dream he saw a beach, a wet beach, and on the beach he saw the 2 pairs of footsteps. You may recall now, I know what I mean. Okay, he saw 2 pairs of footsteps, and then this he identified in the dream. He also could see God in the dream, and then he asked, hey, what are these footprints? One is yours, one is mine. God says, one is your footprint, the other is mine. And then this fellow keeps on observing, goes along with the footprint, and after a time, there is only one footprint is there, one is gone. And then he asked, hey, what happened there? This is the footprint when you are in difficulty, you are suffering, right? You are in pain. That is a footprint. Now, what about the earlier one? When you are happy, then immediately the fellow feels, hey, oh God, hey, when I was happy, you came along with me, and then when I am suffering, you just vanished, you abandoned me. Only my footprint is there, you are not there, he says. And then God says, no, the footprint is mine. The footprint is mine. What is mine? When you are suffering, it was me who carried you through that. Okay? It was me who carried you through the times of trouble, suffering, pain. I was the one who carried you along. A very beautiful anecdote, very beautiful son. So, it is Ishvara who is with one all the time. Even if I were to say, no God, even if I were to be an atheist, I were to abandon, I were not to look upon God in whatever that is Ishvara, in whatever that is fitting, even then never abandons. Why so? Because Ishvara hi Atma. Atma hi Ishvara. Therefore, that is the Shiva who is Sada Shivaha, Nitya Mangala Kalyana Rupi. The very word Shiva means Kalyana Rupi. Shiva means Kalyanam. So Nitya Kalyana Rupi. So in spite of being surrounded by all that is Amangalam, Shiva remains untouched. Asangaha, therefore he is ever auspicious. One thing. Now, what about me, the individual? I am surrounded by what is inauspicious. Sharira. Sharira superficially looks very great, beautiful, right? Mr. Universe, Miss Universe, Miss Beauty, Mrs. Beauty, all that, no, like, right? So superficial beauty is skin deep. We know that beauty is skin deep. All looks beautiful, but then it's all inside. It's all. Don't ask pucho mat. What all is there? No, don't ask what all is there. There is a doctor among us. No, he knows. Pratyaksha, you wouldn't know what all is there inside. If only we have a microscope to look at what is there inside. I would prefer not to have this. Okay, this is all there in that. So in our eyes, no. If somebody can see through a microscope the eye, lot of things are wriggling around there. Yeah, there are hundreds and thousands of them are there in the eyes. Very dear eyes, no? And in our fingertips, there are millions of bugs. Okay, and inside, billions and billions and billions. So, Sharira is all the time changing, right? There is death, constant, there is changing. Cells, death is there. And then there is constantly change. Change means there is an aspect of death is there constantly. That is there. Amangalam, Shariram, in a way, look at it is Amangala. And then Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, the fellow has all Amangalam, right? And in spite of being surrounded by all this Amangala, I the Atma, I the Sakshi, I am untouched by, therefore I am the Sadashiva, I am ever pure, untouched. I am Asanga, I am untouched by that. Okay? So all the pain, all the suffering, I am untouched by all that. Therefore I am Sadashivaha, Kaivalyatma, Nitya Kalyana Rupaha, Maheshwaraha. This is the Vilakshana. Whereas the Bhokta, Bhogya is Sada Ashivaha, I am Sada Shivaha. I am Chin Matraha, they are Jada Matra or Achid Matra. I am Sakshi, they are Mithya, they are Sakshyam. Therefore, I am Vilakshanaha. Very clearly, I am distinct from them. And therefore, my identifying with these as me, as part of me, is illegitimate, incorrect, and does not help me. Therefore, I should see that I am Vilakshanaha. I need not identify with them as me, as my true Swarupa anymore. It's Upadhi all right, but that is not my Swarupa. Therefore, I am Vilakshanaha. Okay. We'll continue tomorrow. Om Bhadram Karne Vishrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pasye Makshaviryajatraha Sthirairangai Stuštvam Sastanubhi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vridhashravaha Swastina Pusha Vishvavedaha Swastina Starkshyo Arishtadimihi Swastino Brihaspatirdadhatu Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Shishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om